we've got everything locked in place as far as the back side of the frame, or the chassis, I should say, and then the front side of the chassis, which we had then cut that second. Welcome back to the workbench, where we try to make things. And we're continuing to try to make today, or what we're back making today, is Revell's Ford FD-100 pickup, the Foose design truck. Now we're doing it a little different. Just as a quick reminder, we are going to have the truck sitting on the ground, but via airbags. And we're going to do our own airbags and our own chassis, or at least that's what we're working on, is our own airbags and our own chassis. So let's take a look at where we are and get a quick reminder of where we were and where we're going with this. So previously, just as a quick reminder, especially if you're new to the channel, by the way, if you do want to get caught up on this build, there will be a playlist down in the description, as there always is for all of the different series we do here on the channel. But originally, or what we've already done, I should say, is notch the back rails of the frame here so that our rear suspension will sit up in there, so we can get our wheels to tuck up into the fenders. So we already did this notch where we basically had to cut it here. This, by the way, this board has been what I've been using as my frame table and building out my little jigs and whatnot on it. You can see the lines that I made, trying to keep everything square as best I can. So we did that on this side so that we could cut the frames, keep them square, and then put in our notches that we built out of styrene, and then threw a couple bars across, which is just sprue. So now what we've been working on is the front suspension, and it's going to be a little bit tougher to look at. When I say front suspension, I should say the front frame rails for the front suspension. And we're having to put a notch, hopefully you can kind of see, we're having to put a notch in that also, just to get our airbags to fit, here's one of the airbags. This was our first kind of, I guess you could say, test run for making our own airbag. And it actually looks pretty good. It's just using a couple O-rings and then some styrene to cut, but I think I'm going to do them again. And by the way, I worked out the math on these as far as scaling it down to 25th scale from what a real size airbag would be, and this is the correct size. So that's why I know we need to notch this front side to make them fit. But I am going to, I think, replace the top, what do we call this? Top plate, bottom plate, I guess, of the airbag, which I had used styrene for. I'm going to replace that. I think if I can find some thin washers, or just maybe if I can get some thin metal and hole punches. I'm looking to buy a set of hole punches anyways, so maybe I can just do my own out of some thin metal stock. But anyways, we're going to make our own our own airbags, and we got to get them to fit. Real quick though, in the back, it's going to be airbag and then outboard shock with a 4-link in the back. And we're just using, I think I can just use the 4-link that came with this kit, but we're going to have airbag, shock, 4-link. Up front, we're going to use the strut airbag all-in-one setup. I don't know what you call that. I guess a strutted bag. I don't know, whatever it's called. But so that way, it's all in one unit. I'm going to get some shocks, obviously, and cut the tops off and put them on top and bottom, make it look like it's a strut and an airbag, and that'll just kind of fit in there in between the two A-arms. But what I've been doing, or what I started doing this morning, is actually building out the notch. So I've got it clamped. I've got the two. Let me go this way. So we had already cut the frame. So we've got everything locked in place as far as the back side of the frame, or the chassis, I should say, and then the front side of the chassis, which we had then cut that section out, which actually holds on to our upper A-arms. So we kind of need to hold on to this, and I'll show you what the plan is, what I think might work. We're going to see here in just a second. But today what I did is actually draw out, I made a template for the notch that we would need, and now I cut 4 of them, sandwiched, let me see, make sure I can get my hand out of the way, sandwiched them on either side of the existing frame rails. And so you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 panels, whatever we want to call these, on here. And now they should be pretty well glued up. I've had them clamped up for a little bit. I just CA glued them. So now there you can get a little better look. By the way, what this is here, these are my, what do we call it? Like spindle jigs. So you can see that I have this here with a line on it. That is where our, the hole for our axle should go. And what I'm hoping we'll be able to do, which I do have to remember which way goes which way. I think this one goes this side. And what I'm hoping I can do, so we've got some of the chassis left on this A-arm structure. I'm hoping that will just pinch in between here, is hopefully the plan. Yeah, I can just pinch it in between like that. And I think that is going to work just like that. And then, of course, I'll line it up on our line so that we're back square. And then I will have the upper A-arms back in place, hopefully. And that will obviously, so they're now higher. Let me see if I can get this one in here. This one might need a little, nope, there it went. I might have to sand them down, trim them just a little bit because they're kind of rough, but you get the idea. So now we have A-arms that the upper A-arms are higher. The lower A-arms, which are connected to our front strut here, which, by the way, we're going to have to tie back in. They're going to go right under here, again, on our spindle. We can line them up with our spindle jig. And then I'm going to have to tie these back in, I think, to the frame rail, kind of the way they were before. I just got to put a connection. Let me make sure you guys can see. I've got to make a connection here to here, which is what there was before, but I cut it out to make all this happen. So I just got to make that connection there, and then we'll have what that means is, which I think is going to work, is now our wheels are higher, hopefully not too high. I think what I'll do is notch these top rails so the A-arm will sit more down in it, because I think I had planned it out to be at the height. I had planned it out to be at the height of this notch, and actually they're sitting on top of it now. So I probably should put little notches so then they'll sit down in that frame rail. Anyways, what that's done, and I'm going to go back and make sure all this works. I'll put the front end back on, see where the wheels fit, all that. But point being is that brings our wheels up, but our lower, what do you call that? Cross member and lower A-arms are at the same plane, the same place. All we did is made space here, which we made too much space, so those definitely do need to come down a little bit. Anyways, we've now made space here for that strut bag setup, but the motor mounts and all that are in the same location, so should stay nice. And well, let me get my hand out of the way. Should stay nice and located where it should be, the stock location. So it shouldn't cause any issues as far as that geometry goes. In other words, we're not going to have a motor that's sitting higher that we now have to deal with, and then a drive shaft that's shooting way down or whatever. It should all just sit the same in the body. All that we've done is moved up our upper A-arms that holds where the wheels mount. So the wheels went up. Now I don't know what that's going to cause issue, obviously, with the inner fenders, but that's easy enough. We'll just kind of carve them out and make all that work. That's the plan here. So next step, I think, is what I think I need to do, or what I know I'm going to do. Like I said, let me get these out and I can kind of show you real quick what I'll do before tomorrow is see how basically, I don't know if you can see, hopefully you can. So I want to get these A-arms here to sit down, like I'm going to notch, and I only need to notch this front side, notch the front side of these so that they sit down into, the frame rail itself, because that's what I had kind of worked it out for those to sit, was at that height. So they're sitting about maybe not even, almost a millimeter too high right now. So we'll pull them down a millimeter, and then I'll cap this off. Inside, outside, we'll put, pieces to go like that, just like we did back here. See how it's capped off to make it look like a frame rail. No, it's thicker than the frame, but that's okay. I think it looks all right. I do like how these are thinner. Like I made the rear notch is honestly too thick. We wanted strength back there. I don't know, but I wish I had done it a little thinner like this, where it's the same size as the frame rail. But you learn. I mean, this is the first time. By the way, first time I've done any of this, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Excuse me. So I'm making it up as I go along. I'm learning as I go along too. But I think that's going to work. I think that's going to work for the front, and that'll have the frame rails or the chassis done. Except I got to tie in the bottom cross member. Let me know what you think down below. Is it going to work? I don't know. I still say there's I think we got a 75% chance now. I was putting 50-50 on it before. I'm moving the odds up, but it's going to be a little better odds now. But let me know what you think down in the comments section. Have you ever done this? How did you go about it? Let me know down there. Be very helpful. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed this. If you want to keep up with it. Check the playlist down below if you need to get caught up. Hit the hype button. Subscribe. I want to hit 10,000 subscribers this year. That'd be really cool. So if you're not subscribed and you want to keep up with this, hit that subscription button. I don't know. Do all those things everybody tells you to do on YouTube. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.